What are the signs of a bad friend? You are always the one initiating. I have a friend I've known since we were 17 to 18 years old. We're now 32 to 33. He is only ever around when he is single. When he's in a relationship, you won't even hear a peep from him. One that uses you sticks around only if it benefits them. You'll only hear from them when they need something. Never asks me how I'm doing. Always complaining about being single when he makes Alex Jones seem desirable. Shits on your lifestyle when he in fact is the miserable one. I wouldn't know, I never can. Oh, it's me. When you walk in on 'em with your girlfriend, they talk crap about you behind your back, or lie continuously. You don't feel good hanging around them, or even worse after you do. Hanging around them feels like a balancing act where saying or doing something might set 'em off. Only being there when they need you and not when you need them. Backhanded comments that come from concern. I had a friend which every time I made a joke, not even about him, he got all hurt and started crying. He told the teachers that I was apparently being racist because of the joke I told. That is a bad friend. If you are wondering, the joke was, what do you call a cute door? Adorable. Brings you down instead of lifting you up. Doesn't recognize your achievements and is never happy for you. They treat you like shit around people they wanna impress. When they don't keep their mouths shut. If there is a money imbalance, they never take that in consideration when you go out and do things. For example, I had an ex-friend who still lived at home. Mom and dad paid for everything. So, any money she made was just spending money for her. Meanwhile, I lived on my own and always paycheck to paycheck. But she would insist on going to expensive restaurants. Dropping $100 for one dinner of sushi was no big deal for her. I could have stretched that to 2 weeks of grocery money back then. I couldn't be her friend anymore because I repeatedly dropped out of going to places with her. Thing is, she knew I was broke. Just never took it in consideration. I thought that was very selfish, and it made me wonder if she wanted to be my friend at all. Or was this her passive-aggressive way of trying to get rid of me? Either way, I stopped being her friend. I do remember I had a friend who I was always struggling to be heard while finishing a sentence. He lost interest in what I had to say very quickly. Very often. That was a huge red flag. Overall, if you have that feeling in your gut that you're being used, that you're just a rebound, or if that person just makes you feel uncomfortable sometimes, it's a bad friend right there. They stick things in your butt without your permission. MAGA signs. I'll see myself out. They try to set you on fire while you're sleeping. Constantly ignoring you. The ones I've encountered most often are users. They're always around when you're doing well or footing the bill, but they're never around when you actually need someone. When they refuse to understand your point, they only contact you when they want something. A complete lack of effort to maintain a friendship. I tried my best to keep in contact with people when I moved away from home. I decided to stop because I was feeling left out, and it immediately became obvious that I was no longer considered a part of their circle. I cherish the other friends I've kept that make the effort. He's not woke. He's slept. IYKYK. Someone who repeatedly doesn't respect boundaries. They ignore your messages. Being flaky. Not being there for you when you need them. When you're the only one who can see them. Or maybe that's a you problem. If he doesn't want for you the things that are good for you. If he wants you to stay and play video games all night even when you have the latest the next day. He wants your company and he likes being with you, but he doesn't want what is good for you. when he's your roommate, friend, and he borrows you clean underwear because he rarely does laundry and returns them to you dirty, unwashed, after wearing them on a date, even though you've told him to leave your stuff alone. They will insist to use drugs with them. I guess that was my friend told me this once. Your real friends are always going to treat you like shit no matter what. Quote, I replied, I'm sorry about you and your friends. Insults and criticism with every interaction. Always asking for your help with things but never seem to be around when you need help with something. They talk about you behind your back, when conversations are more about them and their life and rarely ever about you and your life. When they mention that someone has spoken bad about you around them, why would they be so comfortable in talking bad about you around them? It's never their fault. Those who feel bitter when you acquire things they don't have instead of being happy for you talking bad about you behind your back. I'll go as far as to say, one that doesn't stand up for you behind your back. Negative Nancy mentality.